Hello there, this is Alex from Who Target, and come in and enjoy. Well, I was going back this week anyway with a couple more videos, one on the number 9 of new Doctor Who, what's the number 9 best one, and also what I've been watching, because there's quite a bit of what I've been watching, film, TV to discuss. Those will be coming later this week when I get around to doing them. But finally, we have some answers. Today, BBC have announced that Doctor Who is coming back in 2026 for a Christmas special, written by Russell T Davies. And that's about all we know so far. Bad Wolf are behind it. Disney Plus have dropped out of Doctor Who. They're not funding it in any way now. So it's all back in-house, hopefully at Bad Wolf Studios. We know very little, unfortunately, yet. We know that it's going to be on Christmas 2026, which is only next Christmas. And that seems a long way away, but trust me, joys of empathy and time moving very fast the older you get, that will be here before you know it. So the questions from that little short statement are: 1, is Russell still the CEO, executive producer for Doctor Who? And reading this statement, I don't think he is. I think that he's coming back to write the Christmas episode, and then we'll go, and that will all be announced for him, because they say there's more stuff to come. So hopefully we'll find that out. Personally, my top people on my wish list of people to continue for Russell T Davies are either Charlie Brooker, the guy who does Black Mirror on Netflix, and is an absolute brilliant sci-fi director. There's not been a bad episode of Black Mirror. I seriously recommend the last series you watched, the Peter Capaldi episodes. It's so good. And then I don't know his name, but I haven't watched it. I've heard really good things about it, and that's the guy from Apple Plus, or Apple as it's now called, Apple TV, who did Severance, so the really good drama everybody's been raving about. And I haven't seen it. I need to sit down and watch the 2 series. That's who I'd put forward, basically, as the director, CEO, writer, and then bring in lots of the female, male, really good writers that Big Finish have been training up, have them working for TV as well as Big Finish. So you could interlink it all, make it so what's happening on TV is actually happening through Big Finish. Because I know till now, and it's still, they have to embargo stuff, so something that happens in a TV episode cannot happen in a BigFinish.com story. So I think that all needs changing as well. I'm praying that now we've got rid of Disney, we can go back to more than, I think it was 6 or 8 episodes the last 2 seasons have been. I'm hoping we can go back to bigger arc storylines because of not having to deal with Disney's structure any longer. So that'd be great. I'm hoping that we either get, because I don't know where they're going to go. This is the whole problem. Do we continue with what they stuck on to the end of Ncuti's season with having Billie Piper as the Doctor, which would be great because she's a great actress? Or do we go completely different? Do we start with something fresh, something new, a young Doctor, an old Doctor? Do we worry about the misogynistic Doctor Who dinosaurs that are basically upset about everything all the time and like to tweet and Twitter all the time? And do we power to them and make it a white middle-class Doctor who, does exactly what they want to do, basically, and it gets all those old Doctor Who fans, the classic fans. I'm not saying they're all like that, but there are a high percentage who fall into that category, unfortunately, which makes it look bad for the rest of us. Or do you go completely different? You have a young female, you have that they're completely based on Earth again, or you do something based on a space station, something completely different, just to break the mold and start afresh. But I think it has all been decided, because if you're going to get a Christmas special for 2026, and they're probably going to record the next season, in fact season 3 or whatever number we call it these days, it's all going to be locked in by now. All the casting, all the agency stuff that's done behind the scenes, all needs to be done by end of December. Start filming. Normally start filming, they've put in the past, the Ncuti seasons were all filmed early January. They like to freeze the actors to death. But they were all done in early January of the year, basically. So it's there, because then you've got like 6 months to build it up and basically get everybody interested again. I am hoping for good things. I knew something was happening because there was always the rumours that they haven't demolished the TARDIS set at Bad Wolf and it was still there. So we knew something was happening. So it's really good. It's giving me hope for the future. But I'd love to know, who do you think it should be the new Doctor? Because they're going to have a new Doctor, or should it be Billie Piper? who was turned into the Doctor, even though her name wasn't on the titles, as you know, Billie Piper starring as Doctor 16, which is where we're up to, number 16. I don't want David Tennant coming back. I think you need a complete new break. And this is why I think that Russell will just do the Christmas episode, write that, and then we'll go. Because he does have, I think he's got on Channel 4 next year, his really cool new drama called Tiptoe, which looks really good. That'd be good. So, yeah, let me know your feelings in the comments. I also think that Michael Sheen would make a great Doctor. You know, he's got that Welsh grumpiness, but has all the bits he could bring to it being done by Peter Capaldi, which is, you know, the grumpy old. But it does sort of feel right time, maybe, I'm not agreeing with it, or maybe to have a man back as the Doctor, and something that falls more into the stereotype of the Doctor. Though he can be anything he wants, but it's always the great thing about the Doctor in the past and present. But I think Michael Sheen has that sort of gravitas. He has sort of, you know, he can do funky, he can do off the wall, but still be really, you know, the hero, the great guy. And I'm sure he had a Zoom call. If you've ever seen that great comedy with David Tennant, I'm sure they had a Zoom call this morning discussing it all, which would be great. So those are my feelings. I think it's great that it's all back. It's all been confirmed, because I was getting a little bit worried that, you know, we'd seen the Rob Shearman comments about it being dead. No, you know, that really annoyed them. So that sort of might have spurred them into action to say, this is what's happening, which is always a good thing. Yeah, so that's my feelings. If you've got different feelings, then please put a comment on the YouTube channel. Always more comments, and people like, so you might be able to hear another device going off in the background. Sorry about that. Anyway, so that's my iPad talking, because there's lots of Whovian stuff going on X at the moment. Yeah, so like the comments, and as I said, coming very, very soon, maybe this end this week, because we're on Tuesday now, aren't we? Will be the number 9 new Doctor, which is really difficult. That's the reason I haven't done it. I think it is the Simon Pegg Satellite 5 episode. I think that's what I got it down to. And also what I've been watching, because there's so much stuff. I think it's like been since June this year. We're now October, November nearly. So it is an awful lot of stuff to discuss there. Great, cool drama you should all be watching. So keep the love, people, and enjoy.